people around the world now are watching that. Kimmel's been pretty innovative as a TV star, as a TV host who regularly posts content on YouTube.
Yep.
He's been kind of leading the way for those.
Fallon as well, and also The Lonely Island. That's a great. The Lonely Island was just Dick in the Box, three-way, the Golden Rule. I mean, these guys they actually started at Channel 101 in LA, which was the people that came out of that created YouTube. The people that came out of Channel 101 actually created YouTube.
What's Channel 101 for those who don't know?
Channel 101 is a local LA television, public television network. And yeah, Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland. Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland created Rick and Morty. They were operating this Channel 101 series where they had a bunch of creators come in and constantly compete every week. And you had Tim and Eric in there competing, you had Lonely Island guys, you had a whole bunch of people that were competing to see whose video would, they were given like a week. They were like, hey, Batman selling used cars. Like they had a whole week to come up with like a video, and then they would compete with that. And after they transitioned out of there, a couple of those guys that left created YouTube. Andy Samberg obviously went to SNL, and then Justin Roiland, Dan Harmon. Dan Harmon did Community and a whole bunch of other shows, and then created Rick and Morty. And Justin Roiland kind of was like the failure to launch until Rick and Morty. But the point I'm making is they knew that YouTube thing because they were around the creators of that, so they started utilizing that shit right away. As soon as YouTube came out, they were first ones on it, man. They were kind of the brainchild of what YouTube was. And, but yeah, you're right, because people love that silly, quick, fun, easy to access shit. I don't know if you guys remember the Cosby Show and Justin Roiland's Cosby Show. Check it out. You'll laugh. It's hilarious. It's one of the early YouTube
That
shows.
sounds funny.
You would love it, actually.
I
He clones Cosby, and all these different Cosbys have different superpowers, and this was before, the Pamela Burris thing, but it's still really funny. You gotta check that out.
I think honestly one of my favorite examples of the comedy world and YouTube colliding, clashing. I don't know if anybody remembers this. At one point, YouTube was trying to do a big comedy show. You remember this?
I think so.
It's back in 2008 or something like that. Yeah. There's a bunch of people. They did this huge thing. It was going to be this Starling event. You can watch it live straight from YouTube headquarters. We're going to have a big comedy event, and they had awards that they give out. Problem was, and it was hosted by, I remember the other host. It was Kasim G and one other person, huge YouTubers at the time, and they made the tragic mistake of inviting Norm Macdonald to host the pre-show with them. And you can find it. You can find it. YouTube tried to destroy it. They tried to annihilate it. Because of Norm.
Oh.
They invite Norm Macdonald to this big comedy show thing. He shows up in sweatpants,
Of course.
and a t-shirt, and he ruined it. Completely and utterly destroyed it. It was incredible. It's one of those Oh yeah, you can find it. Yeah, no, it's incredible. But that's really the thing too. Is with YouTube, with the easy access. If you're funny, if you got a good shtick, you got a good way to market yourself, you can get huge. Of course you can. But at the same time, you're still. I guess. Do you think that there's different rules for comedy when it comes to being online versus having to do something mainstream, like normal television?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, the FCC is big.
The FCC or social stigmas. Yeah, absolutely. Also, so stand-up comedy tends to be in front of a live audience, so that you're in the business of hospitality. If you're talking to an audience, you want them to have a good time, and you're conscious of them. If you're just creating content, producing it, and posting it out to the world,
No one's listening, right?
hopefully they're listening.
No, I'm saying when you're making
right, you're not face to face with anybody. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Absolutely, which is why today the people coming up with the funniest sort of integrations of different themes and coming up with just the fastest version of comedy today, I think, is memes. It is online. It's people who sometimes who may never set foot on stage, who may never even set foot in a comedy club, and very rarely set foot outside their mom's basement. But it's fucked up. It's weird. The state of the world. This is who wrote The Time Machine? Who was that guy?
Makes you
H.G. Wells. It's like something he would come up with, where we got a world where the funniest people are like awkward, have every issue in the world, and are, you know, bent over their computer where they're coming up with these jokes in between bomb rips and, you know, porn binges.
Pornhub?
Pornhub, yeah. I would say binges, but I guess I would have finished that. Yeah, it's fucked up. And then you got the charismatic, you know, decent looking, presentable, decent dressed, coherent people, the people that can shake hands and can make, you know, cut a deal and book appointments and make the appointment. Those are the comedians. And they're the ones who are, you know, trying to keep up with the climate of political correctness. They're the ones who want to be popular. They're the ones who want to impress the girls who are, you know, getting into comedy. A girl who gets into comedy gets booked so fast. Oh, you're so funny. I never thought of it that way. It's like, it's not always true. But that's life. I mean, that's how we treat girls. We don't see them as equals. We should. You know, everyone should get ahead by their merit, right? See, this is an example of what I said. You say something in person, now you've got to deal with a bunch of faces. You say something online, and you just go about your day. But yeah, it's stand-up comedy is just kind of fucked up. Very cynical place. Also, everyone's rooting for the other one to fail.
Have you noticed that?
Maybe that carried over to online as well. There might be some of that.
You don't think anyone on YouTube's rooting for anyone else?
Yeah, true.
I can absolutely attest to that. 100%. Every YouTuber is super supportive of every other YouTuber out there. There's no competition ever.
There's no Twitter anymore.
Well, yeah, you know how, so like I'm saying, like with comedians, they like start policing each other with like, oh, he said that, oh, he said what? And it's like, and you see it on YouTube really too, like creators policing each other basically, like, oh, should we stand for this as a community? It's like, what community? Just make some content. You just enjoy your 15 minutes of fame. God, it's like, you're lucky to have this opportunity and you really want to spend it policing other people's content.
That's beside the point. It's the principle of the matter.
Yeah. No, but I think, you know, and when you talk to censorship in any of this, like comedy or if it's online or whatever, you know, I understand what you're saying, Rucka, with YouTube being it's a private entity. I totally get it. I agree. They should be able to censor wherever the fuck they want, but you know, the problem is they will end up censoring. I mean, they kicked you off how many times?
Many times.
So that's the problem where I have with that side of it. Like, I totally get it's theirs, I get it, but it just sucks when it happens because, you know,
it sucks. Listen, imagine what it's like, all you kids today with your demonetizations. Imagine working on a project and editing it away and perfecting it, and it is perfected. And then you post it online and it's deleted within an hour.
Yeah.
It's deleted, or within a day, or it stays up for a week, it goes viral, as we used to call it, and then it gets deleted. And it's like, fuck, but hey, I mean, first of all, if it actually is viral content, then, you know, it should be able to go viral from anywhere. So it ends up, somebody posts it on their channel and now it's getting millions of views and like, it lives on, you know? But also, it's like, what's the alternative? Give YouTube to the government? You think they're not going to delete me? Do you think they're
I don't think that's alternative.
But it's kind of ironic. Like, I kind of, we'll get to you in just a second. It's kind of ironic that I'm one of the things I'm most known for is getting deleted by YouTube. But like, because of what I believe to be true and what I believe to be right and just, it's like, yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have to get up in front of a bunch of free speech fans and say that YouTube can delete whatever they want. That's the power of principles. I got something to talk to you about, Jeff, based on your last panel, but might be interesting. But yeah, Venezuela.
Right, so what would be the problem with creating a rating system, kind of like what the FCC did for television programs? This program is rated PG-13, it exists that, for YouTube channels, so that people can control those things instead of, by having a gradated system of different types of content, instead of just erasing everything.
No, I believe they have that.
you know, there's 18 and up, and creators can mark their own videos 18 and up. They don't want to because it's less likely to be seen, and it definitely won't get ads. But you know, but yeah, if it's marked for 18 and up, it's less likely to.
You have a smaller pool.
Which might actually be changing, because back in my day, like if it's 18 and up and people are watching largely on their desktop computers, if they click on a video and it says please sign in, they'll just click back and very likely won't bother signing in. But in the age of the mobile device, when people are signed in already, they're like, hey, sure, I'm 18, whatever. So that might change. But yeah, listen, I mean, look, I'm all for a rating system, but I don't like the FCC. I don't like the government telling anyone what they can do. If it's your own content and you're not forcing anybody to watch it, and you're not doing it, you're not violating anybody's rights. I'd love YouTube to sort their shit out so that I can exist on their platform. I'd love that. I don't want to force them. So it's not really up to you, to me and you, to make that happen. We can definitely, you know, speak up and hope that it happens. Yeah. All right, Jeff. I had a question from the last panel. Maybe. So you said like moral arguments are the worst.
Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible.
And you went on and on about how moral arguments. Everyone has a different morality. It's the dumbest thing. It makes no sense to make an argument.
It's dumb to have morality.
No. What did you say then?
I said specifically that making an argument from your own moral perspective and arbitrarily like expecting other people to fall into your morals is fallacious and bullshit. It's a pointless argument.
Is there such thing as a moral argument that is not arbitrary and just authoritarian?
Not really.
Okay, so let me ask you this. This is what I wanted to ask, but instead we got to hear a 45-minute monologue from the gentleman sitting behind me. Why is that funny? Is it immoral for somebody to not vaccinate? Is it immoral for anti-vaxxers to rally against vaccination?
I would say that, subjectively speaking, it can be.
Subjectively speaking?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're fighting so hard to get the kids vaccinated, and it's just your subjective opinion?
Yeah.
Not based on any objective reality.
There is an objective reality,
Yeah.
but there is a subjective take on that reality in and of itself.
So whether or not anti-vaxxers are horrible people, it's just a matter of opinion?
Okay, let me put it this way. So if I'm sitting there and I'm taking a moral stance, I'm not gonna waggle your dick on this. It is a moral stance for me to be like, I believe that people should vaccinate their kids. Absolutely, of course. That's a moral argument.
Yeah.
But it's also my moral argument is based upon objective data. But it is still my subjective interpretation. There are plenty of people out there who make their own subjective interpretation that instead they're not going to vaccinate their kids for religious purpose or disinformation purpose or whatever. That is their interpretation of it.
So it sounds like, so what you're saying is, a moral argument based on objective facts is a good argument.
I'd say it's a fine argument to make. My argument against moral arguments is people using them as an objective method to leverage an argument.
You're not making an argument about when you say that anti-vaxxers are going to get kids in deep shit.
Yeah.
Is that not supposed to be a moral issue?
It is, of course, a moral issue, yeah.
But that's just a subjective interpretation of yours. It's not an objective moral statement.
Of course, there's objective, real data that you can extrapolate, and then you can take the position from that like objective reality, and you can interpret it that way specifically. But at the same time, anybody can be wrong. Of course, could you be wrong? Could I be wrong?
Yeah.
All the time. Man.
Do you think you might be?
On the anti-vax argument?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you're confident, based on the facts of reality, that people are harming kids by not vaccinating them or for advocating against vaccination.
Correct.
Yet you're saying, is that immoral for them to harm these kids?
From my own morality.
So you won't even take a moral stance on this thing that you care so passionately about.
Of course
no
I
matter
will.
how hard you fight for it,
Of course I will.
You're still, but by your definition, the moral argument is just your interpretation of things.
a selfish argument.
Right.
It's because he has to benefit from herd immunity. So he could say, fuck everyone else. I don't want to get smallpox, so I need everyone else to get the vaccine.
Well, why should they listen to him?
Because he's selfish.
Because
It's selfish.
Why should they listen though?
We got some more help from the
Persuasiveness.
Yes.
I would argue that any moral argument by definition is subjective, is what he's saying.
It's what he's saying, but he's wrong.
Yes. No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because morality is your view of the world as to what is moral and what is not. But in order to convince somebody of your point of view, if you only use the moral argument, then you're full of shit. But if you say, I've read the data on why you should vaccinate your kids, and therefore my strong opinion is that you should vaccinate them, and here's why, that is a different argument, that is a different question. Your morality may back up why you choose to make that argument, but the morality itself is insufficient.
So just saying this is wrong or this is right is insufficient. And what I'm trying to challenge Jeff to do is to arrive at the conclusion that a morality, a course of action based on objective facts, where life is the standard, such as the life of these kids.
Sure.
Therefore, it is objectively moral to vaccinate them, and it is objectively immoral, again, if life is the standard, if their life is the standard. Because whether or not their life is the standard,
You can never say objectively moral.
You can, I just
No,
did.
that's actually your morality is not objective. It is not an object. The facts are objective. They are an object. Your opinion or your interpretation or your values are by their nature subjective.
So is life a good thing that should be perpetuated?
But that's
Is-
maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
Okay, no,
Maybe,
what I'm
but that's the
saying
axiom.
is that is still a morality. We could make an
If
argument.
we're all dead, there is no morality anymore. It's just elements.
At some point, you have to agree on basic fact. And if we don't agree that life needs to be preserved,
We can
then
agree that as a society or as a culture, we choose to value life, right? That is a moral stance and that is a value. We can then interpret facts to decide if they match our value system or not.
I don't think we
So-
need to have a conversation on
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
on like.
No,
I'm just saying that there's a, objective and subjective.
Yeah, but what?
Yeah, I'm not saying that we couldn't all agree that life is valuable, but that if that is an agreement we make, it is our moral and subjective stance. We choose to agree that those are values as a society or a community or as this room that we choose to.
Why is the individual not able to make that decision, that value judgment, but a group can?
Of
course they can.
No, the individual absolutely can, but it's not an objective.
But it's based on objective facts and that
Yes.
person's values.
Yeah, but it's still subjective.
I'll throw a little bit of a bucket.
That's okay. No, we appreciate it.
That's great. Yeah.
This is the funniest comedy talk I've ever.
Yeah, all right.
This is real comedy, okay?
I'll throw another monkey wrench in there. Like I would say, legitimately, and I fully believe this. I think that it is more important to be compelling than to be morally superior. Even within the own context of your own culture, your own society, your own in-group in and of itself, I think being compelling is more important than being morally right.
But compelling meaning based on the fact.
influential.
Exactly. Well, okay, so the whole basic idea behind this is the concept that in any kind of social group, any kind of social order, you have two very distinct divergent groups. You have the majority of people, which are conformity enforcers. They establish the proven narrative. This is what we all conceptually agree is like what our culture is, what we believe, what our values are, the things that we follow. But then you also have things like diversity generators is a good name for it, right? And these are people who shake things up. And the way they shake this up is either by introducing new ideas, challenging old ideas, or just coming up with something completely new, something completely different. shake everything up, change the established norms. Suddenly we're not worshiping the fucking sun god, now we are suddenly worshiping a pantheon. We're not embracing animism, instead we're actually trying to learn agriculture. These are things that change in society. None of this necessarily has dog shit to do with morality. None of it does. All it has to do with is compelling. And it is based on objectivity.
The Third Reich was compelling too.
Is what? That's why it got so big. Because it was very compelling.
Yeah, but then you have to argue that the morality of, or sorry, that the Third Reich supersedes anything morality.
I don't think morality even comes into play into it, honestly. Like the basic system of it is this. Morality in and of itself is a good system by which we sociologically help to perpetuate our species and perpetuate a behavior. It's a way in which that we collectively have decided that we are going to understand base morality, base understanding of practices, that we don't, just arbitrarily act out of complete selfishness.
I don't know if we can collectively understand. I mean, we can't even agree in this room.
No,
whether or not like life is important.
It's a nebulous concept. It's a completely nebulous
It's
concept.
not nebulous. Life is important.
Yeah.
It is. You have to live. Like, that's it. I don't know. There's no question there. It's not normal to not want to live.
Apparently there is a question on whether life is important.
I mean, no, well, if there is, but it's not.
Well, I would say it's also a difference between good and truth. Okay?
That's a good question.
Is what we decide, our moral belief determines what we think is good.
Where
It
does that
does
come?
not determine what the truth is, again, in quotes, because the facts help us determine what is, as much as possible, what is real, what's the reality, what is the truth, okay? But morality helps us determine what is good.
And what if those two happen to be consistent?
Then we're lucky. Then we're
Lucky, or is it that we thought things over and said, here's reality and here's what I'm going to do about it? Doesn't that sound like a rational way to live?
It is. In fact, that is what I would argue we try to move our lives towards, right? We want to come to a point where both the truth and the good coincide.
Right, so that's an objective morality.
If I tell you, do this because this is good.
No, I agree that's a bad argument to just tell
That's
someone.
talking
No,
to
but he's also saying, as a group we get together and we figure these things out. It's like, yeah, you.
Well, I was just going to say, it doesn't matter how compelling you are, if your ideas are bad, it will eventually destroy the system you created. And it's not going to be able to perpetuate itself in the long term, and those people who are under it will learn with their bodies that it's a bad idea.
We had a great example about that, like the Third Reich. The rise of.
I wouldn't call it great. I mean, they accomplished some things.
It's an accurate one. Thank you very much. No, but okay. So, please.
I was going to say, Third Reich didn't get a chance to die on its own. It would have collapsed under its own.
It was rejected.
What?
The world rejected it.
What I mean is, the system they were trying to create, if they didn't invade all the other countries and try to take over the world, it would have collapsed anyway.
Sure, but they did. They did. They did exactly what they did. They had the values that they had. They reached out to the direction that they wanted to. It was an idea. It was a concept. It was very compelling. People fell into it. It was the right political climate. It was the right time in history for all of this to happen, and it happened. And then collectively, the world said, actually, no. And it ended.
But if they were to have succeeded, they would have collapsed in the end.
But it didn't succeed.
So it
So it doesn't matter.
Are there any questions on censorship?
Hey guys, this has been a very interesting panel. I'm not being sarcastic. I think it's time we wrap it up. I'm getting the flashing light from the back.
Are we?
I want to thank my panelists. This was very impromptu. I'd like to thank you all. Thank you for your input from the audience. Again, they're laughing, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for being so lovely up here in the front row in Venezuela. Keep it on evolution.
Sounds like you have favorites.
All right. Bye, guys. I think there's something happening at 8 o'clock for the VIPs. So.
VIP.
Oh yeah. All right.
checked into like 8:30. Well, actually, the first bus leaves at 8:15. The second bus leaves at 8:30.
Okay, this is over. I am a VIP, but I am very, very, very exhausted. And I don't even know if I'm actually invited to this thing at 8. But I'm very tired. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to get a lot of sleep because I've been missing it the last 2 days with the registration issue. So, anyways, I'm going to read a couple of these comments here. Can you guys hear me all right? I don't know if I'm a god amongst them, but thank you. Thank you all for watching this stream. I really appreciate it. And, that was only 20. I know. Yeah, 25 minutes sucks. I know. I really wanted to see more. Ball pit. The ball pit was a 12-inch by 12-inch by 12-inch box. Amazon box, it looked like. So, yeah, Amazon.com box. And the soy. No ball pit. Sorry, guys. Nah, you guys are the best. It was weak. I'll give you $100 to walk up and tell Jeff that Coach Red Pill is outside waiting on him. I might have to take you up on that offer. I'm not cheap though. Whoops, what the heck did I just do? Sorry guys, I'm scrolling through the comments and I did some weird stuff. Let's see here. So I guess what's going to happen from here is I've gotten a couple of invites to do some live chats with some people. So I'm gonna go home and do that. I live about an hour away, which is why yesterday was such a big deal when I couldn't register. And I will go ahead and send you guys. I'll post a link on my Twitter, and my Twitter is my same name here, but that's just my view. But the word "that's" ends with a Z, so THATZ, just my view on Twitter. It's my handle. So I'll put a link up there when I get started on whatever live stream I get on, and you guys are more than welcome to join in on the talk there as well. I'm not going to do the VIP. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, let's see here. This panel was super intense. Wasn't it, though? Oh, sorry. I'm like totally screwing this up. I'm going to leave it alone. Go down. Thanks for the stream, bro. You are very welcome, Dankus. Tell him. Tell him what? See ya, boy. All right, you guys. My favorite part of this video was the security. So, at Dontel, oh boy, sorry guys. I'm doing all this. I can't even scroll for some reason. Sorry guys, I can't see any more comments. But somebody asked if I was going to be streaming with Bearing. I'll let him answer that question. Yeah, we did have a little conversation, so I'll let it go with that. How many were here? I think I counted 12. Thanks for streaming this soy show. You're very welcome. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.